What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of Kingsley TV. My name is Kingsley Brown and I post videos about the track and field experience and my life as a professional sprinter. So if you vibe with that, consider hitting that subscribe button and join me on the way to 10,000 subscribers. Today I'm continuing on with my college recruiting series, and if you haven't seen any of those videos, I'll link that playlist right here. And today's video is aimed at those who are currently in high school looking to go to the next level, or those who are currently at the collegiate level. Ah man, I remember those early days of college. Felt like a never-ending cycle of school and practice, school and practice, school and practice, school and practice, school and practice. So college is supposed to be fun. So here's my best advice to help you balance life as a student athlete. So I got this question of balancing my student athlete life on Instagram from a kid who's in college himself, and that made me think about my college days back in the day and how I used to balance the two. All my life I've been an A and B student, but when I got to high school I stopped applying myself academically because it came easy to me. And it was high school, my priorities changed. That was until I learned about the NCAA, which ultimately ended up in a scholarship. You can learn all about that journey in this video here. And from there, I became a great student again. If only I had Streamline Athletes back then to help me know all the opportunities I had in front of me. That would have never happened in the first place. In college is the same cycle and history repeated itself. In the first semester, I applied myself and I got on the dean's list. After that, I thought it was easy and everything was sweet, so I started focusing more on my social life. My freshman year was epic and it was the most fun I had at college, but it was the worst I did academically that second semester and the worst I did on the track at USC. I knew something had to change before I was in danger of losing my scholarship. So with that said, here's my list of tips to help you balance your student athlete life. With tip number 1 being balance the Trinity. That Trinity is academics, athletics, and social life. A regular student can swap out athletics for sleep or work, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna count sleep under the athletics umbrella. Now the saying goes, out of those 3, you can only pick 2 that you want to successfully do, because that's all you'll have time for. And this goes back to where your priorities lie, and ultimately is an easy choice, because you're a student athlete, which means you're there to get an education, and there to excel at your sport. As a student athlete, you're gonna have to make some sacrifices, but if your time management is on point, you can definitely fit some fun into your schedule. Don't worry, if you do this right, you'll get to turn up. If being a student athlete taught me anything, it's that with good time management, great things are possible. So try out these time management tips. The best time to turn up is after a track meet. All your work is done, you've done your hard work on the track, and you've excelled there. Now you have something to celebrate, so go turn up. Don't bother wasting time turning up during the week because you're getting in the way of what needs to be done. But if you turn up after the meet, you've already successfully handled everything you need to do as a student athlete, so you deserve some fun. Go turn up. Watch your deadlines and due dates. When you get an assignment, start early. Don't wait until the last minute to start because you'll end up staying up all night losing sleep having to cram to finish your assignment. Plan your day out effectively with small tasks throughout the day to help you prioritize getting done what needs to be done first. And make sure when you're prioritizing, go by due dates so you know you're getting the stuff that needs to be done immediately to give yourself some breathing room. Take breaks to refresh and recharge your energy levels so you're not running on E. And control your environment. More on that to come. Tip number 2 is to use your teammates. The saying goes, you're the sum of who you surround yourself with, so choose wisely. When you're on a team like track and field, you're bound to be around like-minded athletes who are also trying to balance their lives and manage their time properly. So control your environment by choosing a school where you feel at home with your team. On your visits, ask yourself if you can see yourself hanging out with anybody on the team. Be social. Make friends with your fellow incoming athletes in your class. Team culture is also a key component that transfers into professional life after university as well. Having strong team dynamics is something that has helped me excel in training, both at USC and at the professional level. It's good to adopt this concept early and rely on your teammates to help you reach your goals. Which brings me to Streamline Athletes. The team environment is one of the many key factors that you must consider when choosing where to go to school. Streamline Athletes is a great resource for students who are looking to go to the next level, because there are so many factors that you must consider that can get overwhelming. We all know about the athletic side of the NCAA, but you can't forget about the academics. Things like team GPA, they offer study hall, team academic rankings. All these factors should be weighed into your final decision. For a more comprehensive list of things to consider and a more streamlined recruiting process, visit streamlineathletes.com to help guide you on your recruiting journey. Tip number 3 is to study with classmates. Remember earlier when I said you're the sum of the people you hang around with? Even though you're going to spend a lot of time on the track with your teammates who you've made friends with, you're not always going to have the same class schedule. That's why it's important to make friends with your classmates on top of your teammates. It's good to network and make friends outside of your sport because they can help you as well. And if you meet the right people, they're going to be locked into their academics just like you are. If you're having trouble understanding something in class, it might be easier to digest it coming from a classmate. And when you're done studying, you have another homie to kick it with and take with you to the tournament. Tip number 4 is tutors and office hours. Another thing that you want to consider when you're choosing a school to go to is tutoring. Tutoring and study hall are things that are going to take your academics to the next level. Having dedicated time to work on your academics with no distractions is crucial to balancing your student athlete life. When I was at USC, having a tutor was mandatory for all freshmen and any athlete who was struggling academically. But even when it was no longer required for me because I was older and I was doing well academically, I still asked to have my tutor because I like that external accountability to get my work done. If it's offered, why not use your resources? They're there to make your life easier. When you're on the team with a scholarship, the academic advisors have extra incentive to see you succeed. And outside of tutoring time, take up your professor when office hours are offered. If you're unclear about something that was taught in class, that one-on-one extra time will make all the difference. They're gonna see your effort and be more inclined to want to help you out. And you won't have to waste all that time trying to rack your brain figuring it out yourself. And tip number 5 is to go to the library. I used to live in a track house with 3 of my teammates and good friends. It was a great place to chop it up and have a good time, but it was a horrible environment to study. The best place on campus for me to study was always the library. So if you're trying to study and you can't focus, leave your roommates behind and go somewhere where it isn't as noisy. They'll be there when you get back, don't worry. Or if it's nice out and you have a dope campus, go find one of those eclectic spots somewhere in the cut. I used to go to the benches by the philosophy buildings to get some work done in peace and just vibe. To turn up or to not to turn up? That is the question. So if you found any of these tips helpful to help you balance your student athlete life, throw your boy a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let me know down in the comments which tip you found the most helpful. And if you're looking for more videos on college recruiting, check out this recruiting playlist here, which includes videos like how I got a scholarship to USC. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.